All right. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another live stream on Woo English. As always, my name is Hamza, and I will be your host. And today, we're gonna have a live English practice, and like the few other live streams that we've had in the previous sessions. And today, we decided to go for this portrait mode, just to see how better or how worse it will feel for our viewers. So we just decided to go for this portrait mode. Maybe it doesn't or it won't require you guys to switch your phones. So we hope that you will like it. And as I said, we are going to do a live English practice. It will include a variety of activities varying from like identifying movies and talking about things that you would prefer and like things like that. So this is basically what we will do today. So let me welcome or thank Peace Love for his subscription. I think for these they appear on the top of the screen. I'm still not used to like this new framework, this new layout. I'm not used to it yet. Let me see where the comments appear. Okay, so they appear on the top. So thank you so much for our friend Peace Love for becoming a subscriber or for subbing. And as I said, today we're gonna do a live English practice. And the first activity that we are gonna have is like a kind of warm up, right? And the warm up is very simple. It's guess the movie. I'm gonna show you a series of emojis, and you guys need to tell me what is the movie that the emojis represent on top. So you can see the emojis on top. Can you tell me what is the movie represented by these emojis? All right, so what do you guys think the emojis here represent? What is the movie? Can you guess the movie here? What is the movie represented by the screen? Oh, so you will see me like trying different layouts. I'm still getting used to this new format of live streams, but I hope you guys will like it. So we have a movie up front, it's represented by emojis. If you recognize the movie, let me know in the chat. That will be your first challenge for today. All right. How do you generate stories? Well, our stories mostly are AI generated. It says that in the videos, but we also have like a team that makes sure that everything is correct. So AI, but with edition. There is some editing going on. Wonderful man. I hope you're a wonderful man in real life. Where are you from? Which country are you from? Or which country are you watching us from today? I'm still waiting for your answers, guys. What do you think is the movie represented on the, like with the emojis above? I know a lot of you already recognize the movie. You thought, I thought, thank you so much, wonderful man. Thank you. That's a wonderful comment, like you, a wonderful man. Thank you so much. If you guys all right, I'm gonna reveal the first one and I'm gonna give you the second one. So this is Lion King, right? All right, wonderful man guess the movie. All right, perfect. Lion King. A wonderful man. Where are you from? I'm still waiting. Which country do you join us from? So Lion King, indeed, yes. So this is the movie Lion King. So again, the idea of this activity is that I will show you, I'll show you some emojis, and you need to tell me what is the movie that they represent. This is just a warm up to get you people. Brazil. All right, welcome, men, welcome. There is only a sea, an ocean between us. I'm from Morocco, so there is only like an ocean between the two of us. All right, so as I was saying, so today is the live stream. It's practice your English or live English practice. We started with this little, activity. So kind of warm up, guess the movie based on the emojis I'm sharing with you. So the first emoji was Lion King for sure. Let's go to the second one. What do you think, or what is the movie represented here? And as I said, if you can like, I'm gonna very quickly. Let me just very quick. Please, can you tell me how is the image and how is the voice today? All right, I can see from my phone that things are okay. All right, things are good. Wonderful. All right, I think it's yeah, I think it's good. All right, all right. On the whole, I think it's good. All right, what is the second movie that you are looking at? Snowman. No, not really, not really. But because there is a woman on the top, right? There is a woman, so it's definitely not Snowman. Is there a movie named Snowman? I don't think so. I don't think so. That's a made up movie. So, what do you think? All right, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. It's a movie related to a princess. So, princess, snow. Yes, there is. Okay. All right. All right. So, it's a movie, and there is like a princess, kind of, and some snow. And she is very, very famous among little kids. They love her. So, who is the character or who is the movie that we are looking for here? We just adjust. All right. Perfect. All right. Let me go. Let me come back. All right. The internet is not. I don't watch a lot of movies. All right. It's very simply all right. So this movie is Frozen. It's a very famous one. Believe me, Wonderful Man. I don't watch a lot of movies, but at least I know. I know this one. If you have a little kid, if you have a little nephew or niece, you will definitely know this movie. All right, next one. Let's see. All right, I think this one is quite easy to guess. So it has something about Jenny's, about Sahara Desert, about um, a carpet. There is a carpet in this movie. So what do you think the movie is, or the movie title is? Internet problems. I hope my slides are still here. All right, Frozen. You said it too late. You said it too late. All right, we said the first movie was Lion King, the second movie was Frozen. Now for the third movie, what do you think the third movie is? So again, I was welcoming people who are just joining. So welcome to this new live stream, and it's a live English practice. And today we're talking about, or we're just starting with a little warm up. Aladdin. All right, let me see. Wonderful Man says Aladdin. Again, for this new format, I'm trying a new format. I think you have seen. I'm trying a new format, and you can see that the messages or the chat, they appear on the top instead of at the bottom. All right, I was saying, so if you are new here, welcome. Our channel provides you with videos that Mr. Wonderful Man says they are top notch. This is our viewers' opinion. So he says that it's top notch, and we actually agree with that. Our videos are indeed top notch, and they are great videos if you want to start your journey in learning English. And the idea of our channel is basically to learn English through stories. So we help you through like wonderful stories to learn English. So through these stories, you will be able to learn some grammar, some vocabulary without even doing like much effort. You are listening, enjoying the story, and at the same time, you are internalizing English. So that's basically the idea of our channel. So you learn English unconsciously. And at the same time, we do live streams like the one you are watching right now, where you get to meet me in person, so that if you have a problem, if you have a question, if you have a lesson that you don't understand, we can explain it to you live and we can interact with you. Today we are having a live English practice, and we started with a little warm up, and the warm up is as follows. I share with you pictures that include like some emojis. The emojis represent a movie. All right, I'm coming to your comment, Mr. Wonderful Man. So I'm sharing with you like some emojis, and those emojis like they represent a movie, and what the movie title. So this movie, like Mr. Wonderful Man said, let me share it. So you can see the Jenny, and you can see the castle, and that scarf I think is supposed to represent like either the prince or the carpet, the flying carpet. Let me go back to a comment by Mr. Wonderful Man. Let me show your comment on screen. All right, so Mr. Wonderful Man, I don't know how to change these things, but it's okay. I like it here. I like the comments to be here. But on the top, you can see Mr. Wonderful Man said, I learn new vocabulary or new vocabulary words. I don't care about grammar. So what do you think about this? What do you think about this comment? Even Mr. Wonderful Man, you can tell us why you are focusing more on vocabulary than on grammar. Can you share with us why? So Mr. Wonderful Man says, I learn new vocabulary words. I don't care about grammar. And you know what? That's a very interesting statement. And I want to know your opinions, guys. What do you think? Do you think grammar is more important than words, or words are more important than grammar? Which one is more important? Which one is more important? Let me see. Live. Where messages, visual layouts, crop, show background. Okay. I just want to see how can I display your messages in a good way. Right. No, unfortunately, nothing appears. Okay, so Mr. Wonderful Man says he focuses only on grammar. Why? Because words are important than grammar, or are more important than grammar, because daily English produces new words like babies. I like this metaphor. I like this metaphor. And I actually agree with that. You know, I totally agree with that. If you are learning English, if you are a new English learner, hello, Pamela, welcome. Pamela, great to have you here. Pamela, I want to know your opinion also about this statement here. There is a statement here. English, oh, grammar is more important. All right, that's what I like. I like it when there is a kind of debate in the comments. Why, Pamela? Why do you think grammar is more important? Why do you think grammar is more important? So Mr. Wonderful Man says vocabulary is more important. Pamela says grammar is more important. Which is more important, grammar or vocabulary? I wanna know everyone's opinion about this. Of course, Mr. Wonderful Man, Pamela as well can share with us like more light, or can shed more light about their opinions. But I want to know what's your take on this? Why do you think what you think? And then we're gonna go back to this, by the way, right? So because we started talking earlier about we started doing an emoji movies section, but then I had a very interesting comment that I had to stop and talk about it. So which for you, which is more important, grammar or vocabulary? And of course, I'm going to share with you my own opinion. Which one do you think is more important, grammar or vocabulary? And of course, I'm sorry about like the messy background. I'm not home, so I'm traveling at the moment, and you can see that my background is changing a lot. So I'm sorry about that. Oh, good, good. All right, this is what I like. So 4 people just joining. I see more people joining. We have a question for discussion. Which one do you think is more important, grammar or vocabulary? Which one do you think is more important? We already have 2 opinions, like 2 battling opinions. Wonderful Man says, without grammar, we can communicate, but without words, we can't even understand what that's why words are important. Pamela, on the other side, says, it helps. What are you? I'm in my parents' house. I'm in my parents' house right now. Because of the Eid, Pamela. Because the Eid al-Adha, I'm visiting my family. So I stayed here for the week. So Pamela says, I see more people joining. Of course, I wanna tell you what we're discussing. Grammar or vocabulary? Which one do you think is more important? Pamela says, it helps you to improve your skills in a quick way. All right. All right. Let me jump into the discussion and say both of you guys are correct. All right. I think for me personally, as a teacher of English, I think that both grammar and vocabulary are important. But for me, yes, I am. Where are you from, man? Where are you from? I'm Moroccan, so no wonder. Okay, great. So as I was saying, like for vocabulary, I think for beginners. So if you are a beginner or intermediate, I want you to focus more on vocabulary. I will repeat that again. If you are a beginner or intermediate, you should focus on vocabulary more than grammar. All right? Because I see a lot of people, they are still beginners. Crimea, do you know where it's from? Is it from Crimea? Is it near Ukraine? Is it like the island near Ukraine? Debated between Ukraine and Russia, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. So, I was saying, uh, all right, perfect. Welcome. Is this your first time watching our live streams? Yes, it's all right. I'm a beginner, so for me now, where's exactly? Because I know Pamela is like upper intermediate or almost advanced. Pamela, she has good English. She always like gives us very good sentences when we have like some vocabulary session or something. So I understand why she is focusing on grammar now. But let me tell you how this works. If you are a beginner, you should focus on vocabulary more. How can you focus on vocabulary more? Expose yourself to English, right? Through movies, through music, through our videos, for example, through podcasts, anything that can get you to internalize a lot of vocabulary items. That's the first step. You should expose yourself to English, learn some vocabulary, because it will be a big mistake if you are a beginner and you start with grammar. It can block you. Again, I will repeat this. If you are a beginner and you start learning like the difference between present simple, present continuous, present perfect, if you start with tenses, with articles, and you start learning rules, you will be like demotivated very quickly. So in the beginning, if you are like Mr. Wonderful Man here, I think your English is very good, Wonderful Man. You express yourself very good. But he says that he considers himself a beginner, so he is focusing on vocabulary more, and that's the best thing you can do. Because well, I really like your arguments. You say something very good because you said, well, like you can see here, he says If I have a lot of vocabulary, I can speak with you, and mostly you can understand me. Even if you understand me like 80%, you still understand me. And I totally agree with you. So, what is language for? It's for expressing yourself. So, if you have enough vocabulary to express yourself, that's it. Even if you make grammar mistakes, believe me, people will understand you. But if you start with grammar, then what happens when when you try to speak, you find yourself short of vocabulary. You don't have enough vocabulary, so you will get blocked. All right? I know a lot of people who speak what we can call broken English, like their English is very broken. They respect no rule, but still, you can still understand them because they have a lot of vocabulary, right? And vice versa. There are people who know all the rules, but they can't communicate with you in English. Why? Because they focused on empty rules. If you are learning grammar first, what are you going to apply that grammar on? Right? That's the big question for me. Okay, great. So that was a good debate. So later, when you feel that you have good English level, that you have like enough vocabulary, you can then start learning some grammar. You can then start fixing your grammar, as we can say, right? So learn vocabulary for well, if I want to tell you this in steps, first steps, expose yourself to English. Step number two, learn vocabulary, learn as much vocabulary as you can. How can you do that? Listen to music in English, watch movies in English, which was, by the way, our topic for the first activity. It was movies, so you can watch one of the movies that we mention here. So number three, you can listen to podcasts, or you can come to our channel and you can see that every single day we share one video which will have like a long story. It's 1 hour, so you can put your headphone on while you are driving, or you can listen to it while you are driving or cleaning the house, or like drawing or doing whatever. You can listen to our stories in your headphone, and our stories are not boring. To tell you that, I can guarantee that our stories are not boring because they are about very interesting topics like Elon Musk and the Donald Trump conflict that is happening, like what's going on between Israel and Iran recently, but what's going on between like what's going on in Gaza, for instance. So we are talking about very important topics. All right, I see more people joining. Welcome. All right, so today, so I'm just sharing some tips to learn English in a better way, and we are gonna go back to our little activity. All right, so the activity I'm giving you here like some emojis. You need to tell me what is the movie. So from these emojis, what is the movie that they represent? Give me the title of the movie. This is a very famous one, a very famous movie. And please, if you have a question or if you have a topic of debate like Mr. Wonderful Man and Pamela. Pamela, you still there? Are you still there, Pamela? What is the movie you're looking at here? It's a very famous one. It has more than. All right. Musa, hi, how are you? I see more people joining. Welcome, welcome to the live stream. So we were discussing a very important question, by the way, which is which one is more important? Is it more important to learn grammar or more important to learn vocabulary? You can still share your opinion about this discussion. Musa, how are you doing, man? So, can anyone get the movie? No, no one. It's a very famous one. It's a very, very famous movie. It has a fish, and there is the ocean, and there is like that looking glass. So, which movie is this? Anyone can help us with this movie? Guess the movie, please. Guess the movie. What is the movie you're looking at here? No one. All right, three, two, or let me count from five. Five, four, three, two, and one. All right, the movie is very simply Finding Nemo, right? Finding Nemo. There is the fish, there is the looking for, right? And yeah, it's a very famous one. If you haven't watched it, you should. You should. It's a good movie. All right, next one. All right, you should know this one. I'm sure the majority of you already know this movie. So, what is the name of this movie right here? What is the name of the movie? I know you know. By the way, this is just a warm up. Just to tell you, this is just a warm up, right? We still have a lot to share today. Still have a lot to share. So we'll have like a lot of discussions. Okay, Pamela. Pamela, are you good with movies? All right, Pamela says Kung Fu Panda. Pamela, do you watch a lot of movies? So Pamela, this is Pamela's suggestion. You can see it on the top of the screen. It's Pamela says Kung Fu Panda. It's right there. Let me go back to my corner. So what do you think? Do you agree with Pamela, or do you guys have a different response, a different answer? Yeah, and Pamela, do you like movies? For me, to be honest, I don't watch a lot of movies. I don't think I watch a lot of movies. I watch like the same movies again and again and again. That's what I do. Because I have a lot of friends who watch every new movie, and I can't do that. Absolutely, I can't do that. For me, it's just like a couple of movies that I know are good, and I keep watching them and repeating them again and again. I don't have the patience to like watch new movies. All right, it's Kung Fu Panda for sure. It's Kung Fu Panda actually. I like so much movies. Nice, Pamela. How many movies would you say you have watched in your life? How many movies? I would say in my entire life, I have watched like 20 movies or less, a lot less. All right, guess the movie again. Guess the movie. What is the movie you're looking at here? It's a movie that includes a cook, a rat, and some pasta. By the way, a cook is a chef. Chef is a cook. We don't say cooker, right? Chef. So we don't say cooker. We say a cook, right? That's what we say. We say a cook. So a person, it's on the top. I don't know how to change things so that the messages appear at the bottom. I don't know how to do that. Yeah, it's messed up. Right, recording, hotkeys, layout. Unfortunately, there is no way to. No. All right. Let me see now. Let me see now. Okay. Yes, a person who cooks is a cook, because a lot of people will say, well, a lot of people will say someone who drives is a driver. Someone who teaches is a teacher. Someone who cooks is a cooker. No, someone who cooks is a cook. All right. So teach, teacher, driver, but cook. It stays the same. So the person who cooks is a cook. A cooker is the utensil that we use for cooking. All right. No one knows this movie. You guys are absolutely dead lost in movies. You don't know very, very simple movies. I gave you very simple ones. I'm going to show this one. It includes cars, races, and the desert. It's cars. All right. I'm going to move on because you guys are dead lost at movies. You don't know what movies are. right. I'm sure a lot of you won't know this one, which is Wally. And finally, this one. All right, I'm gonna give you a chance with this one. No, not that one. All right, this one. So, what movie is this? It's a very famous movie. It includes something about magic, something about broomsticks. All right, all right. Where are you from? Just shoot. Where are you from? Very, very, very familiar name. All right, Harry Potter. Sorry for that again. All right, let me go back where we left it. Where we were. All right. I think we were here. All right, Cars, Wally, Harry Potter. All right, we were here. Okay, so what do you think this movie is? Last one. So it includes an old man, a house, some balloons. So what do you think the movie is? No one. This is a very famous movie as well. All right, it's Up. It's the movie Up. Okay. So now we're going to go to the second section of this live stream, which is would you rather, right? This is a very famous activity, but before we go there, I want to simply remind you again of our channel, Woo English. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe. If you are liking this so far, make sure to subscribe because you are definitely going to like our future live streams even more. I'm not home, so this is not my usual setting, but I'm visiting my parents. That's why my setting is quite different. So it's not the right setting for me, but it's okay. So our channel is dedicated to learning English through wonderful and engaging stories about what's going on in the world. And as we were discussing earlier, through the stories you can learn a lot of vocabulary that will definitely help you improve your English so much. And of course, we have live streams like the one you're watching now, which will help you. If you have any questions or you have any problems, you can just ask us, and then we can help you live. So now we will move to the next activity, as I said, which is called "Would You Rather." But "Would You Rather" we will do it through through examples. All right. So read the following dialogue and share your opinion. Okay, number one, Lina, if you could travel through time, where would you go? Chris, easy. I'd rather go to the future and see how cool everything becomes. Lina, not me. I'd rather visit the past and meet famous people like Shakespeare. So again, I'm going to read the dialogue again. Follow with me. If you don't understand any word, please write it for me in the chat. If you don't understand the word, write it for me in the chat. By the way, the expression would you rather, uh, simply means which one do you prefer, right? Which one do you prefer? So if I say, would you rather this or this? I'm giving you a choice. So the same thing in this dialogue, would you rather go to the future or go to the past? So this is, I'm giving you a choice. If you had the choice, would you rather go to the future or to the past? I'm going to read the dialogue again. Any unclear words, write them in the chat and I'm going to explain them. If you could travel through time, where would you go? Chris, easy. I'd rather go to the future and see how cool everything becomes. Lina, not me. I'd rather visit the past and meet famous people like Shakespeare. All right, that was the dialogue. I hope it was clear because I have a little question for you. The question is, would you rather go to the past or travel to the past like Lina or travel to the future like Chris? So which one would you rather to do? Or would you rather do? Your opinions. So would you rather travel in time if time travel was possible? Would you rather travel to the future or to the past? You can see an example on the screen. So Chris says, I'd rather go to the future and see how cool everything becomes, while Lina says, I'd rather visit the past and meet famous people like Shakespeare. So which one do you agree on or agree with more and why? Anyone? I'm waiting for your answers. I would love to read your answers about this one. And I hope you can chat. Like I'm not sure if you guys are like because there are chats here. Musa disappeared. Pamela disappeared. Fatiha disappeared. Ab disappeared. A wonderful man. Where did you go? No one. I hope you guys are just typing your answers. So, would you rather travel to the future or to the past? Very simple question. All right. We're gonna move on to the next topic. All right, next topic. Emma, I can't believe you said you'd give up chocolate. Yeah, I'd rather eat pizza every day than never eat chocolate again. Seriously, I'd rather skip pizza forever. Chocolate is life. So the question, of course, here is, would you rather eat only pizza forever or never eat chocolate again? So the question here is, or the choices are, you only eat pizza forever, or you can eat anything, but you can never eat chocolate again. That's the question basically in this situation. So you only eat pizza forever, or you can never eat chocolate. So which one would you choose? I had like a very good interaction in the beginning. What happened to you guys? Nada. All right. Let's move to the next one. Maybe this one is boring for you. Okay. So again, another like dialogue. So, if you had to choose, would you rather fly or be invisible? Sam, fly, of course. No more traffic ever. So he doesn't have to drive and he will never have to stop in traffic. Nora, I'd pick invisibility. Imagine all the secrets you could hear. That's quite evil, actually. Like to want to be invisible so that you can hear the secrets of other people. I would say that's quite evil. So the question again, let me read probably the dialogue once more. If you had to choose, would you rather fly or be invisible? Sam, fly, of course, no more traffic ever. Nora, I'd pick invisibility. Imagine all the secrets you could hear. So the question here, of course, is which superpower would you choose? There is a mistake there. Which superpower would you choose? So which superpower would you choose? What do you think? If you were allowed to pick a superpower, which one would you choose? I don't know what happened to chat today. Let me test it. This is a test. I don't know what happened. It's been a while since I saw any message. All right, let me just check if we can all send messages. I can. All right, let me check from my phone. All right. So you can fully. All right. So let's go to the reading. Or you know what? Let's go to the grammar directly. I think for the reading it can be a little bit boring. All right, let's go to the reading or to the grammar. All right, let's test your grammar now. So the first exercise. All right, so in the first exercise, I have for you uh, five phrasal verbs, right? Five phrasal verbs. And the phrasal verbs are, let me see, I don't know what's the first one. I can't see it here. So the phrasal verbs are carry out, put off, keep up, or keep up with, take over, figure out, carry out. So can you help me with this or with these ones, right? So many people are worried that robots will, is it carry out, put off, keep up with, take over, or figure out, or carry out their jobs in the future. So what do you think number one should be? I don't know what happened today to the chat. It just disappeared suddenly. So let me do the first one then. Many people are worried that robots will take over. So the first one is take over. Take over meaning they will dominate or they will be in charge of their jobs in the future. So many people are worried that robots will take over their jobs in the future. Number two, I can't all the changes in technology. It's too fast. So again, you have the the choices at the top of the screen, and you need to put the right one in. So number two now. So I can't. Is it carry out, put off, keep up with, or take over, or figure out, or carry out all the changes in technology? It's too fast. What do you think? Again, I'll answer it. I don't know what's going on in the chat today. All right. So number two, it's I can't keep up with. So to keep up with is to be at the same level as something else. We all know that technology is changing very fast. So to be updated or to stay updated with what's going on in like technology, it needs a lot of like work. Right. Just back. Okay. All right. Number three, she finally how to use the new AI tool at work. So of course the question here is figure out. Figure out is to realize or to learn how to do something. So for example, I figured out how to, for example, change or paint the wall by myself. I figured it out. Or my dog figured out how to open the door by itself. So it figured out meaning it learned it or it found out how to do something. So that's what we mean by the word or by the verb figure out. Number four, the company decided to the project next week instead of now. And of course, the verb is carry out. All right, it's put off. It's put off actually here. It should be put off. Because put off, it means to postpone, to delay something until later. Maybe that was a mistake. Yeah, yeah, so that's a mistake. So working. Oh, right. No, it's the opposite for the last two. That was my mistakes. All right. I had two questions here. I don't know where they are. Let me go back. I had two questions. Since we're talking about AI, let me. All right, maybe we can do it later. All right, number two. Question number two. Oops. All right. Question number two is already the answer is already there, but I'm gonna read it anyway. So this is the difference between make, do, and take, right? Make, do, and take. Number one, I need to make a decision. So we never say I take a decision. We should say to make a decision, right? To make a decision, not to take a decision. So I need to make a decision about whether to learn coding or graphic design. She wants to take a course. So when you take a course, you are part of that course. So you are a member of the course. That's what we mean by to take a course, right? So it's to be a part of the course or to start it even. Next one, let me see. All right. Next one. He didn't do his homework, so the teacher was upset. So of course here for homework we simply use the verb do, right? Do the homework. Number four, this new robot can make your daily tasks easier. So it makes them easier, right? And finally, they usually do a lot of research before building a new project. So this is basically the last one. All right. So now of reading I hope I will get more interaction. So very quickly remind you guys to kindly click that like button. Let me go back here. All right. So if you can please not forget the results of the. All right, I'm gonna do that later. I'm gonna do that later. It's good. All right. No, 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 no. Remove this. All right, so just very kindly, please click that like button down below. If you are new here, of course, make sure to subscribe before we move to the next activity. So the next activity will be reading very interesting topics, and they will be followed by some discussion questions. We'll have basically two texts, and I hope I will have some engagement with that. So let's see the first text. All right. Can we see the first text, please? All right, this is the first text. All right. So text number one. I'm going to read text number one, and please pay attention with me. In Japan, people slurp their noodles loudly. It is a sign of enjoying the food. In Denmark, when someone turns 25 and is still single, their friends throw cinnamon on them. And in India, some people greet each other by touching their feet as a sign of respect. These customs, by customs we mean traditions, these customs may seem strange to outsiders, but they are normal in those cultures. So I'm going to repeat the text again. In Japan, people slurp their noodles loudly. It's a sign of enjoying the food. In Denmark, when someone turns 25 and is still single, their friends throw cinnamon on them. And in India, some people greet each other by touching their feet as a sign of respect. These customs may seem strange for outside or to outsiders, but they are normal in those cultures. Great. So this is a text. Can you tell me what is the main idea of this text right here? What is the main idea of the text? So what is the main idea here of the text? I think you've all guessed that the main idea here of the text is strange customs or strange traditions around the world, right? So in Japan, in Denmark, and finally in India. Now I have a word that is in bold, or a word in a different color, which is slurp. Does anyone know what we mean by the word slurp there? So in Japan, people slurp their noodles loudly. What does that mean? To slurp your noodles. So what do we mean by the word slurp in here? All right, let me put myself smaller. All right, I like my cozy corner here. So what do you mean by slurp here? So slurp basically means this. I'm sorry if this voice annoys some of you. So it's that. So it's when you are eating spaghetti and you do right. So that's what we mean by slurp. Slurp is when you swallow something by sipping, by sucking in the air with the food in it. So that's basically what slurp means. Now for some questions. What does slurping noodles mean in Japan? Based on the text that I have just read for you, slurping noodles meaning drinking noodles with some sound. What does that mean? Does it mean you're hungry, you're being rude, you're enjoying the food, or you're finished eating? That's what we saw in the text right here. I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to guess the answer. Is it A, B, C, or D? Which answer do you think is correct? What does slurping noodles mean in Japan? It means, so when you slurp your noodles, does that mean that you are hungry, you're being rude, you're enjoying the food, or you're finished eating? Oopsie, no, not yet. Nothing. All right, the chat is sleeping today. All right, it's of course it's a sign that you are enjoying your food, as it says here, right? So as it says in the beginning, slurp your noodles. It's a sign of enjoying the food. Next one. All right. Next one. What happens to single people in Denmark at 25? They get married, they are given gifts, they travel, or they get covered in cinnamon. That was in the text that I have just shared with you. All right. Of course, they get covered with cinnamon as the text suggested. Last one. In India, why do people touch each other's feet? To start to dance. Hello, Iman. Hi, how are you? To show respect, to say goodbye, or to ask for money. It was again in the text that we have just read. Maybe some people were not here from the very beginning. So let me read the text once more. So in Japan, people slurp their noodles loudly. We said slurp is when you drink or when you suck your noodles with some air and it makes some sound. It's a sign of enjoying the food. In Denmark, when someone turns 25 and it's still single, their food or their friends throw cinnamon on them. And in India, some people greet each other by touching their feet as a sign of respect. Of course, there are different things from different countries. All right, so let's see. Yes, of course, they touch each other's feet like as a sign or to show respect for each other. All right, let's move on to the next text. I just want to go to the next text actually, which is very important. All right, so I'm going to read again the text, but this time, please pay attention with the text in front of you. So, because I'm going to ask you some questions at the end. Artificial intelligence, AI, is changing the way we work. Some tasks that humans used to do, like data entry, customer service, and even driving, are now done by machines. But AI is also creating new jobs, like AI trainers robot repairers, and data analysts. In the future, people may need to learn new skills to keep up. The big question is, will AI help us or replace us? That's a very good question to end the text with. I'm going to repeat the text again. Of course, please, if you don't understand any word, kindly write it for me in the chat. Write for me the word that you don't understand in the chat, and I will be more than happy to explain it for you. I'm going to read the text once more. Artificial intelligence is changing the way we work. Some tasks that humans used to do, like data entry, customer service, and even driving, are now done by machines. But AI is also creating new jobs like AI trainers, robot repairers, and data analysts. In the future, people may need to learn new skills to keep up. The big question is, will AI help us or replace us? All right, I'm not going to do like any discussion question here. I want to discuss the last question in the text, which is, do you think that AI will help us or it will replace us? That's the question I want to discuss with you in the end of this live stream. So, do you think, like the text suggests here, I don't know which way the text will appear to you, so either here or here, this text, do you think that AI will help us or do you think it will replace us? All right, that's a big question, actually. That's a question that we should think about, especially for people who are just starting to choose their career. So, if you are in the beginning of your career, this is a big question that you should ask yourself. Is the job, is the career that I'm going to choose something that AI may replace soon, or is it something that I can do even if AI is still there? So this is a big question actually to think about. Let me go back. All right. So what do you think? AI, will it help us or will it replace us? Or to all right to make things even more simple or to make things simpler, let me change it for simpler question. No, no, right, all right, I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna change, all right, this one. No, not this one. All right, this is the question I want to start with. So this is an easier question. What jobs or what are the jobs you think will soon disappear because of AI? Can you give me some examples of jobs that you think will disappear very soon because of AI? I'm going to share with you one in the chat. I think for me, for example, driving. Yeah, driving. I think driving, especially taxis and um, like cabs and things like that. I think they might disappear quite soon because of AI. So this is a job that I think may disappear very soon because of AI. I would say maybe also let's say something like designers. Designers, unfortunately, they will disappear very soon unless they learn how to use AI. Designers. I think design is a job that very certainly will disappear because of AI. Clothing, teaching. Hey, what do you think by teaching? All right, coding. But what do you mean by teaching? Come on, teaching will not disappear. What do you think, guys? Do you agree with this lady right here? The teaching will disappear very soon because of AI. I can agree with you on translation. I totally agree with you on translation. I think translation tools now do a far better job in a far shorter time uh, than like a real human translator. But coding as well, maybe coding most of the time. But teaching, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Come on, you want me replaced? I think teeth technicians, they will disappear very soon because we will have 3D printing. 3D printing that can be made by AI. That's something that can disappear. That's something that realistically will disappear very soon. So because like we have 3D printers that can print the teeth very quickly, and they can use models and they can't make mistakes and they can do it in like a lot lesser time. All right. I'm not sure what's going on with the chat today, but like the chat is dead today. So all right, I think I'm gonna finish here. So I hope this session will be much better than this one, guys. So don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel. Don't forget to like this video. You're laughing now. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like the video, and see you in the next live stream, which will be on Tuesday. Um, don't forget, of course, to keep an eye on our channel. We drop a video every single day. Until then, enjoy your weekend.